Hi guys, welcome back to part 5 of this series where I share with you the process of making this umbrella dress. I feel like part 4 was jam-packed with a lot. I showed you how I draped and drafted the pattern, and now in this part I'm going to be sharing with you guys how I extended the waist after drafting the pattern. So I just drew 2 parallel lines about 1.5 inches apart on a piece of pattern paper. Then I'm taking my pattern paper with all of my drafted panels and taking a straight edge ruler to all of the panels where I marked the waistline and just making a straight line across. And then I'm just going to cut straight across those lines. This makes it easy for me to move each panel all at the same time about 1.5 inches to extend that waist. I'm paying very close attention to the center when matching up those cut lines to the parallel lines that we drew. This allows me to be sure that the rest of the panels to the left and right are going to be 1.5 inches apart as well. However, you can never be too sure, so I'm taking my ruler as I tape everything in place and checking the distance of each panel. Then taking my curved ruler and blending and connecting the waist. Once all my new lines are drawn, I'm taking masking tape and taping each panel down. At this point, I felt confident, so I went ahead and started adding my seam allowance. I added about 1.5 inches all the way around. That's just usually my standard when sewing. I also added seam allowance to the hem, but I don't think that I'm going to need it because I plan on finishing the edges with a binding. I'm also just now checking to make sure that the waist measurement didn't change after the edits. I should have did that before making my seam allowance, but it was correct, so lucky me. Once I had all that done, I was able to put the rulers to rest. I began cutting out my patterns, and this was so rewarding just because it felt like finally everything started to come together. Once I have all 12 panels cut out, I'm ready to move on to cutting the fabrics needed to construct the dress, which I'll be showing you guys in part 6. Till then, thanks for watching. Bye!